All right. Oh, man, my voice is gone. Yeah.
Welcome back to another edition of Live Feed Read. I'm Paul Reed, your host, recovering from last week's flu, which is brutal, evidently
Brutal.
throughout the United States. And Jason Crawford, the Ed McMahon to my Johnny Carson, appearing from Tallahassee.
That's right. Yeah.
So we'll jump right into it because this is an interesting real case. And we've got video, we've got appeals, we've got what the appellate court determined and how they ruled and so forth. But let me tell you about this case, and we'll just say plaintiff and defendants. And the defendants are husband and wife. And they both got sued by the plaintiff. And so this started on about in August, I believe, of 2018. Now, mind you, the appellate court just ruled last week. So I'm not a math major, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 20, 5 or 6 years. Again, how long this took to work its way through the system and have finality. And so when you see TV and they go from whatever to trial the next 2 weeks, that's not how it works. But
That's how Matlock works.
so the defendant wife is going to work at about 8 o'clock, 7:30 in the morning. And it's over in what is that? Northeast Hillsborough County. And she's trying to get onto I-4 to go into Tampa. And on the side to her left was a private driveway. And so the plaintiff, and mind you, traffic's backed up. This is a road where traffic backs up. There's a red light right before the interstate. And so it was the first week of school, so it was a cluster.
Mm.
So Mr. Impatient Panties, plaintiff, comes out of his driveway and traffic is stopped. And so he can't merge in at some point. Depending on how long he waited, he said he was there 5 minutes, 10 minutes, doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And so at some point, he pulls behind the wife, the defendant wife, right? But he's that person, Jason, that blocks northbound traffic. We're all heading south.
Boo.
We're all heading south. So rather than stay in his driveway, he's the schmuck boy that pulls out a line of traffic and blocks the people heading north. This is this guy.
I'm with you.
And he's 50s, 60s. He's older, 60s or 70s. He's an old crotchety old bastard.
Okay.
And so obviously the northbound traffic's not happy. So there's honking and beeping and things of that nature until finally, everybody in the southbound lane, wife's lane, tries to inch forward to let plaintiff in, right?
Yeah, hold on a second. Eugene Rasick says impatient panties, pure gold.
So
keep going.
Yeah, so he's now honking and gesturing at wife, right?
Okay.
So at some point she's starting to move up as much as she can and let him come in. And he's still honking, and he's now got his window down, and he's cussing at her, screaming at her, calling her vile names.
As one does, I guess.
She does like this. And dude, this was at trial. It was evidence. Man. It was confirmed. So I'm not making any of this up.
Okay.
Like my book over here, I don't have to make these things up. So she gives him the this, and her testimony, which is, dude, I don't have any room. I'm an inch away from the car in front of me.
Yeah.
He starts.
Oh no!
Oh, yeah. Giving her
gesturing poorly. No, don't do that. We can't do that. Don't do that.
Okay. Either way, he's telling her to perform oral sex on him.
No. Yes. Okay.
Being nasty.
No, I know. I don't know what'll get us removed. I gotta read the terms.
He does that at trial.
That's crazy.
The jury and tells them
he's making obscene gestures.
And do you know why he did that?
Because he was angry.
He interpreted, I only have an inch to move forward as,
Oh man.
yeah,
Oh man.
that's,
Oh man.
and he tells the jury this.
Out loud. He said the quiet part out
Dude, this
loud.
is what he says. I'm
Oh
telling.
man.
And so that goes on. So that's what happened.
Oh wow.
So
Wow.
plaintiff wife or defendant wife goes to work and comes back and tells defendant husband, "You're not going to believe what happened to me."
Oh boy.
Yes.
Oh
Defendant
boy.
husband,
Okay, so that's what I saw on video.
well, go show him. Defendant husband does not
Okay.
take it very well.
Well, no.
Yeah, defendant husband, God bless him, a good old boy like myself, does not take it very well.
No, he does not.
So there's more than
Yeah.
one video, but we'll show them the one.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
As what do you call that? A four-wheeler?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
don't know. Yeah, like a
Golf
golf
cart.
cart. One of those,
Golf
like, yeah,
cart,
yeah, yeah.
four-wheeler. So he goes
Yeah.
down.
Do you want me to show it now?
No, not yet. He goes
Okay.
down the first night it happened to confront plaintiff. Well, he gets down there, there's a gate, and the plaintiff's not there.
Got you.
So he goes
That's the
back
other video I saw. Okay.
and he's not happy, and the wife says, "Let it go. Just let it go."
Okay.
Plaintiff's husband can't let it go. Goes down again later that evening
Okay.
and puts up a sign, basically, "Watch your back, you a-hole," and this, that, and the other.
Okay.
Nails it to a telephone pole right outside the gate.
Okay.
Goes back home. About an hour later, that's not enough.
That's not enough. Oh man.
Comes back again to try to confront the
Jeez.
plaintiff.
Oh no.
He doesn't answer the call.
Yeah.
And now you can show the video as to what
Okay.
happened at about 10 o'clock, give or take.
Right on.
Let
me find the
somewhere between 8:30 and 9:30 or whatever. Time doesn't matter. It was
right.
back.
Okay. Okay, I got you. We're here. Oh, don't. My screen is there. We go. All right. It is ticking by and playing, but
Yeah.
it's slow.
Wait.
He's sitting there at the gate.
Mm-hmm.
Time's ticking down. 13, 14 seconds. Okay. He's doing something. I want to skip ahead, but I don't want to skip too far. Oh, there it is. Okay. Okay. See ya, gate. Oh man, that's bad.
Now we
All
can
right.
laugh because this is not a personal injury
Oh,
case.
he backs up and goes at it more. Okay. Right on.
Okay, so
Okay.
plaintiff husband does what you just saw in this video.
So he may be winning Husband of the Year awards, but he's losing.
Well, okay, so we're back to me.
Okay, yes, we're back
All right,
to you.
so
Yeah.
husband gets arrested
Okay.
because the plaintiff has cameras, and anyway, he's arrested and he goes through the what do you call it?
Eugene says 2 times. OMG.
Yeah, the pretrial intervention. So you do your pay the money, do this, do that, and the charges are basically dropped, and that's what happened.
Got you.
Well, the plaintiff's not happy. He's the type of guy who has sued his neighbors for things like riding, and this is a rural area, riding four-wheelers or three-wheelers on their pasture, but throwing dust into his yard and
not dust.
Yeah, so
not dust.
He has multiple lawsuits against his neighbors. He's that guy, Jason. He's that guy. All right.
Yeah. Wow.
And he's had the same lawyer doing all this crap as well.
Okay.
Okay. So either way, a lawsuit's filed in July, and he files many counts. Meaning, what are we suing for? Number one, of course, is just the trespass to property. Okay. All right, well, that one I really couldn't do anything with because he basically has a video of my guy ramming his gate. So that was one of them. There wasn't much of argument to be made on that. Now, mind you, he sued the husband, but he also sued the wife, saying that somehow she was responsible for what the husband did.
Okay.
Well, he did, and all these counts, he sued them both. Ultimately, at trial, it's called a directed verdict. After the evidence, the judge says, as a matter of law, wife did nothing wrong. In fact, she's the victim here, and that's what I kept harping to the jury, to the judge, and so forth. So her case got dismissed. All right.
Okay.
So that's what happened. I jumped ahead. Quentin Tarantino just jumped ahead.
Thank you. I feel like Memento now.
The guy sued for was assault.
Okay.
Now, there's battery would be a physical touching of the guy, and assault would be the threat, which would be the sign. Watch your back, buddy. You can't talk to my wife like that.
Okay, got you. Okay.
Ultimately, through a summary judgment, that meaning you asked the court, look, this wasn't an assault, and therefore that count should be dismissed. An assault would have to be the kind of the immediate intent or to cause the harm that you're threatening, and that sign, first it wasn't as bad as they tried to make it, but either way the assault got dropped because says no, you didn't see this video. He didn't even see the video of gramming for like 6 days.
Okay, so disconnected them.
The time period was just too far, and the sign posted was not enough, so that got dismissed. Okay. Then he gets intentional infliction of emotional distress. That was another count, meaning you caused me such mental anguish that I've been somehow psychologically harmed. Now, mind you, it's very difficult to have those types of counts, because it's in your mind, it's subjective.
That's right. It's in your mind.
Number one, he didn't see the video for 6 or 7 days. He had no medical treatment. He had no psychiatric, psychological exam. Yeah. Nothing. He had nothing. Not to mention the case law for the years is it has to be egregious, almost like the what's it, the mortuary, you finding the wrong body in the casket.
Okay, right. Oh wow. Okay, that's heavy.
The term is, let me see, it has to be so egregious and outrageous that society screams and hollers, outrageous, outrageous. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
It's very difficult. So that got dismissed.
Cool. Okay.
Then he wanted $11,000 for the fence, and he wanted $100,000 for an oil spill that was on his property right at or near the fence.
What?
Yeah.
$100,000 for an oil spill?
Because he had a diminution of value. His property damage was diminished. His property, was diminished based on the oil and or the fence.
Wow.
So I had a buddy of mine. We went out literally during one of the hurricanes. 2 years before, I think it was 2020. The trial was maybe 23 or 20. Either way, we went out and checked the fence, and he did this. So really, the fence was about $6,000 to repair.
Okay.
All right. The oil spill, the guy cleaned it up himself. Dude, it was this big, and there was no proof that the SUV was the leak. And
if you're gonna want $100,000, don't clean it up.
Not SUV, the 3-4-wheeler.
The golf cart there
long enough to put this big puddle.
Yeah.
So either way, the case went to trial, and the jury gave this plaintiff $1 for the diminution of value for his property, and they gave him the $6,000 for the fence. And so exactly what we told him we would pay before the lawsuit was even filed. We're not done though. We're not done. The plaintiff, being the plaintiff that you all now know he is, filed an appeal.
Oh man.
Second District Court of Appeal,
Oh man.
saying that the judge committed reversible error on her rulings, and therefore he should get a do-over, a new trial. Saying
Okay.
the assault charge should have been left to the jury. The intentional infliction of emotional distress should have been left to the jury.
Okay.
He should have been able to get monies for
Jeez.
trespass.
He is not
all of
letting
these
go.
things. So either way,
He is not letting go.
the next so this went on for a year, and we've basically been sitting and waiting for the Second District Court of Appeal to decide whether there's a new trial or this case is finally over, right?
Yeah.
Put up that document, baby.
So
on February 21st of this,
I only have like one page in it.
that's all there is. It is this page, and I'll explain it.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
I thought something wrong. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, you see it's up? Oh,
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
got the guy's name on there.
Oops.
But it's public record.
Okay.
Basically, per curiam affirmed means you lose, Mr. Plaintiff. That the judge was right, and your appeal was so frivolous, we don't even have to tell you why.
That's what pure cure. Oh,
Yeah. And I'll give you an example of.
That's what that means.
Here are some. Look, I don't know if you can see this, but when you get these, remember, this is my book. Now I'm in my book, Jason.
Hey, we got frame it. Frame it, bro.
With these, you see the writing?
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of them come with pages and pages of facts and judges' rulings and why we think this or why we think that.
Sure.
When you see this, per curiam affirmed, they're like this.
Jeez.
Get out of here, knucklehead.
Jeez.
And that's what that means. And
wow.
Per curiam affirmed means something else. Even if you wanted to, and this guy's the type that might, even if you wanted to appeal it to the Supreme Court of the state of Florida, which wouldn't take a case like this, but even if you wanted to, per curiam affirmed means you can't. They said, this is it.
Okay, done.
And that's
this
it.
time you're done. That's what that means.
Well, we're not done though, Jason.
Wait, what?
Well, because what happened way back when, probably in 2019 or 2020, you can file what's called a proposal for settlement. And that's basically a formal settlement offer in a pleading type form. And it has, you got to say this, you got to say that, you got to include this. It's just a formal pleading pursuant to a statute and a rule of civil procedure that you're making an offer to settle the case, right?
Okay.
Well, we didn't think that the plaintiff wife did anything wrong, had any part of this. So we filed one for how much? How much do you think we did it for? What was our settlement offer?
I don't know.
$1.
$1. Yeah. $1, Bob. $1.
Say $1. That's
all right.
Well, and this was part of the appeal.
Price is right.
This was part of the appeal is because he didn't appeal the verdict for husband. He appealed the dismissal, the directed verdict for defendant wife. Do you know why?
No.
A proposal for settlement, if it's not accepted, and basically in a case like this, you get no money from that defendant, guess what you owe?
Fees?
Yep. You owe her attorney's fees. Remember, you only get attorney's fees if there's a contract, which this was not a contract, or B, if there's a statute that says you're entitled to attorney's fees. Well, way back when, the insurance industry was tired of, people going to trial and then not having to pay attorney's fees and this, that, and the other. So they had the legislature pass this statute that cuts both ways. It basically allows the winner to get attorney's fees. Okay. There's more complicated to that, but in this case, simple. You got zero. You got zero.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now Mr. plaintiff, how much do you think the attorney's fees are calculated to after 5 years of litigation and an appeal?
No.
Oh, yeah.
More than $1. More than $1.
And I haven't figured out the appeal. We're talking about $500,000.
Oh my word.
So Mr.
Ooh.
Plaintiff was all happy and jolly and patting himself on the back in 2018 in August for being a little meanie and a bully to this woman. Not so happy in 2025, is he?
Wow. What a moment.
So that's now that we've got our PCA from the Second District Court of Appeal, there's a motion for attorney's fees set for May or June.
Wow.
Hold on. Because I can't make this up. Guess what happened 2 weeks ago?
I don't know.
The plaintiff called my office because he can't get a hold of his attorney and wanted to chat with me about this case. Yeah.
What?
Can't make it up, brother. And so, of course, paralegal Michelle says, we can't talk to you.
Yeah.
You have an attorney. And he hung up the phone, called her a B, and hung up the phone.
Nice.
Okay.
This guy has learned so many lessons in life. Like, it is just,
Yeah.
oh my word.
So, either way, that's why.
Sounds like he's tugging on Superman's cape.
Hey, that's why we keep protection.
Yeah.
In the old drawer here.
Of course.
And because people get angry when they do foolish things, realize they've done foolish things, and now they have to pay for doing foolish things.
Paul, I love you. the kind of things that you do for people and the limbs that you go out on.
Mind you, just so you know, that's a good point.
What a great.
I didn't charge these two individuals who I've never met in my life to do this. This was all for free.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, whether or not I get paid, with this proposal for settlement and these fees, I'm not holding my breath.
Yeah.
If I do, great. My guess is there will be none. We'll still get the judgment against him or whatever. But
yeah,
I forgot to say, all of this was for free.
Yeah. You've helped me with a particular kind of person as well before, and I remember when we walked out of the
very similar your situation.
Courtroom. Yeah. You started singing, tug on Superman's cape. And all I can do is I see this guy here tugging on Superman's cape.
You don't mess around with Slim. Yeah, Jason's case, he was the victim of a simple JA.
Yeah, man.
All right, well, that's it. Wow. That's real life. That is what we do here at Reed and Reeds from 2018 till 2025. We do handle or do have appellate practice. Again, that's not my first, and I got news for you. When you're out there looking for a lawyer, have you gone to trial? How many times? And two, what about appeals? Have you ever had that? Because I can tell you, it's not easy. And this case didn't get there, but it's not easy when you're sitting down there at the little podium, and the three judges are out there peppering you with questions. I'll tell you what, that'll pucker you up.
Yeah, and I think it's difficult to know who's good to work with because some of the stuff like heart's just really hard to measure. The kind of heart a person has to the work or the things that they're gonna do, and it's really hard to find a good question to ask.
Well, here's the kicker, and I all the time. So there's our TV lawyers, the big ones.
Yep.
That's not your lawyer.
Yeah.
The just by Farrah and Farrah, they live in Jacksonville. They're not your lawyer. Jack Bernstein lives in Miami. Jack Bernstein, I'm not going to say he's not your lawyer, but He's in Miami. The
True.
big dogs are over in Orlando.
Shop local.
Yeah, but so you gotta ask. Okay, well, I love your commercials. You're great, but who am I getting?
Yeah.
And if the
Right.
answer is, which will be, well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, then guess what? You get what you deserve.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. All
Eugene
right, well,
says,
take us out. I
all
don't want
right.
to preach,
Eugene's back on though, and Eugene says, truly fascinating, great story. Well, I'm glad you were here for it.
Well,
I'm
yes,
glad you were
thank you
here for
very
it.
much.
Yeah, and share it around. If you thought it was fascinating, I'm sure others will too. And there's plenty more in Paul's book. That thing is full of them. So if you
Yeah,
liked this, but you
that
like
one,
to
that
read
one.
it,
If I do book number 2, that one will go in it for sure.
oh, for sure, dude.
That
Yeah,
might be
yeah.
the lead story, honestly. That's a good
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
And
It is a
trust
good
me,
one.
we didn't
We'll do
even.
this on the
Yeah,
cover. We'll do that on the cover.
we kept it PG. If I write another book on that story, there's no
Oh
way it's
man.
PG because the things that were said and the jury, the women on
Yeah.
the jury were just shaking their heads.
That's
I
awesome.
mean, they were just, are you kidding me? So let me just for Eugene, another thing that the guy said, he goes, yeah, I'm looking at her and she's looking at me in the rearview mirror. And he said,
No.
got that look. You know that look, the look where a woman could kill you.
Oh no, no, no. He is just digging a hole, man. Oh
And he
my
was saying this,
word.
and
You gotta love it
I
though.
had 4 women and 2 men, and at this point they're like, are you kidding me?
Oh my word. That guy was just
Yeah.
saying.
Well, and I got news for you. I'm sitting there with the
Oh
2
my word.
defendants, and as the defendant, I get to go up 1 time, right? And I sit there and told them, and they were friends by then. They're friends now. They were friends because we've been talking with 4 or 5 years. And I got on my Tiger Woods suit.
Okay.
It's black, kind of pinstripe with a red shirt and a red tie.
Bold. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, for a trial lawyer, red, bold, but
Bold, baby.
we're defending.
Aggressive. Power type.
I said, watch this. I said, this is going to be fun. And dude, I got up and I was pointing at him. I'm talking to the jury. Can you believe this? And it was. And I sat down. I remember I says, what do you think? She goes, oh my gosh. Oh, I can't tell you what she said. But
It's just time to light them, fellas.
she goes, oh,
Time to
oh my
light them.
gosh. That was unbelievable. Let's just say
Yeah.
unbelievable.
The fat lady has sung. That
Yeah,
was
it
great.
fun.
Yeah.
It
What
was
his
a good
poor
time.
enemy's
So,
done.
trials, even something like this, they're stressful. I didn't know what a jury
Yeah.
could do. They could have came back and gave him 100 grand. Who knows? But
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
this one was a kicker. All right, that having
That's
been
awesome.
said, there's more that would be in that book, but I forgot about
Sure.
that. It's just unbelievable what happened.
Yeah. Save
All right,
that
man,
one.
we'll take us out, and
You got it.
God willing, we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Sunday, go to church, tell Jesus thank you for everything He's done for you.
That's right. Have
And,
some rest. Legislative session starts Monday, and we're
Oh,
thick. We're deep in it.
I hate those guys.
I'm there now, man. It's so good.
All right,
I'll take us out.
and then I want to hear what your bill's all about.
All right. Yeah. All right.
Reed and Reed, it's like having a lawyer in the family.